So, for those of you who are asking what's going on the show, well, this is what it is. It's the business of music. Hashtag is business now at Twitter. On Twitter, it's at Citizen TV Kenya, at Yvonne Okwara. We have some more questions that are coming in. For example, at Sil Matthew asks, Ephantus, for the registration procedure to be a member of any of these organizations, for them to collect on your behalf. We'll get to him in just a moment. But let's just hear from Bien, who's talked about what they're doing and shifting it onto that point there. Bien, please unmute your mic as we get into this. Talk to us about how you are making a business out of Sauti Sol. We've heard from Nadia and how she's, sort of put a management team around herself. Bien, is that the same with you?
In fact, if I'm just, I wouldn't speak much on that because already Nadia has spoken my heart. Nadia Nadia, you're so amazing. You're so great. And an artist with no structure just means no money, It's very important to have the smallest, even if it's a team of one, a team of two, because all these things take a team. What we've been able to discover during COVID is that very quickly then artists now have changed from being just performing artists to production companies. Because if I look at the entirety of Sauti Sol and all the things that we have done during COVID, including our reality show that has been giving our fans and the society at large an in-depth view on our business and how we are running our business during COVID, to the online show we did and to the plans that we have going to the future and to the Christmas show we are planning to do later this year. I think we are now a production house. We are not just a music group anymore, and it then changes even how we hire.
Right, and even
changes how.
Sorry, Ben, just to jump in, because you've raised that, as you give your final remarks. So it's not just about Sauti Sol anymore. There's, a whole group of artists that you are mentoring. That's Soul Generation.
Yes.
And then also you got signed, you got a big record deal. I think it was at the start of this year. So, just sort of moving into that, I mean, it looks like, there's quite a bit of money that's being made, and also just, nurturing the next generation of artists.
Well, I wouldn't, with the signing to Universal, I would never really call that a money move. That was not a money move. That was a logical step move for Sauti Sol, because for us to be able to go international, we have to be eating at the table of men and women. And the table of men and women on a global scale is Universal, is the majors, because they still own a lot in the music industry. So from my experience, I would say that it's been a journey of being independent for so long, and I think we hit a ceiling when we were in Kenya, where we've done everything. So we needed to go out to be able to create a platform for Nadia and other people who are following us to come and exist on an international platform. I'm looking forward to seeing Nadia in those heights. I'm looking forward to seeing my kids in Soul Generation also moving from Soul Generation to bigger homes as I continue to build a better home, for Kenyan artists who are on the come up, to come and have a softer landing when they're starting their careers.
Indeed. Thank you. Bien Baraza from Sauti Sol. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations once again, obviously, on that big move with your latest album. One day I will tell you about which favorite of mine from that album. Let's speak to Musyoka as we get the final word from you. Musyoka, so where do we go now? I mean, what happens with music producers? Because you're not just doing music for artists, you've also done music for film. What happens next in your sector for producers and for musicians post COVID-19? Do you want to unmute your mic, Musyoka?
I'm the engineer. You muted his mic. Just as Biena said, people and businesses, the music guys who've been mostly writing music, composing and producing, we are becoming more of, entrepreneurs, not just in the musical space itself, but venturing into other things. As you said, COVID has really brought out the best in us. Being able to do our online projects, investing in artists. And for me, I'm a firm believer in investing in talent. I mean, if you don't invest in the talent, you don't expect an artist who is starting to have all the resources and the connections to enable them to survive in the business. So investing in artists is just creating content and looking for new avenues of growth. Like you said, composing music. Music is always being needed in very many places. So there's always an opportunity to grow. And now, because of where the digital technology has taken us, it's become very easy to monetize everything that you do. It's become very easy to track how your content is being consumed. So producers right now have an upper hand whereby they can invest, knowing that their investments are safe because of what streaming and digital rights management has done to our business generally.
Okay, thank you. Eric Musyoka, music producer there, talking about how it's much easier now to monetize and track a lot of your work, particularly with everything happening online. Chris, so what's next? I know you started your YouTube channel, but hopefully events will come back. Any learning lessons now for yourself in events, for musicians in terms of the events that you're going to be planning with them, hopefully when things get better with COVID-19?
Yes, of course. The one thing that I'd like to emphasize right now, and which probably we didn't discuss, and I was hoping we can, is a relationship between us as event managers and the creatives. Any event that we guys put up is a collaboration between us as event managers and the management team of the creative. I'm happy that Musyoka and Bien have actually talked about having a team, because when I call Sauti Sol, I have never called Bien. I call their manager. And then I talk to the manager and tell him, we need these guys to perform on this day. I'll call Seven Seas for Nadia. I'll call Piera and ask Piera, okay, with Piera sometimes, because you know each other for long, I'll just go straight to her. And if she needs to hand me over to her management team, then that management team should be in a position to know exactly what they need me to put up and to meet in terms of obligations, to ensure that when they come to perform, they give a performance that is excellent and that gives value to both those who are sponsoring the event and those who attend it.
Okay.
So instead of us hitting each other, we need to talk more. We need to know that I might not every event manager will ask you, for example, for your technical rider. A technical rider is your requirements. Okay. Not every manager probably will go out of their way to ask you exactly what do you need to perform.
Okay.
So I think these are discussions that needs to be held. Please, as a creative, even if you cannot be able to afford a management team, Google is your friend. Google and find out what do I need to ask from these people. And please, before you go perform, Willis, I hope you're listening, sign a contract that stipulates everything that says what you need to have and when you should be paid, how much. Where is the sound check? What kind of transport will you use? Where is your accommodation? Is there a backstage? What is your security looking like? Stop assuming that an event manager will give you that. For us,
absolutely,
Chris,
absolutely. Sorry.
Let me just wind up. On YouTube,
yes.
We will keep pushing that.
Okay.
And we thank you for this platform, because I'm meeting a lot of guys here.
Yeah.
Eric, the last time we met, I think we were doing Koroga Live in a club.
Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, but I really do hear what you're saying about that. Chris Kira from Kate Chris Limited, events managers and organizers. I'm sorry I have to cut you off because we're running out of time. And of course, I guess the next person to go to would be Willis. You had what we would call baptism by fire. Being an upcoming artist with your first song, doing well, you go to an event. You've addressed this on your social media platforms. Some learning lessons for you that you can give to other artists in less than a minute. You're a TV person, so I know you can do this.
Okay, in less than a minute. So basically, just to echo what Chris has said, is that it is important to have a contract. It's no longer going to be word of mouth. But before that, I must preface it by saying not paying artists, and artists could be musicians or tattoo artists, etc. Not paying artists their dues is immoral. It's way up there with, the 7 deadly sins. But so what needs to happen is you need to have a solid contract. You need to have an agreement as to what are the deliverables, even up to how many posts you're supposed to do on social media, because they normally say that the first down payment is for you at least to get word out, right? And then when you get there, also I guess artists need to start getting into the place of having even technical riders is that when I come to the event, I want 7 alcoholic drinks, 5 non-alcoholic drinks. If it is if you are at the level of Nadia, you can say, I want all the tablecloths to be white.
Yes.
Yeah, but
but getting everything on paper,
everything
nothing.
should be done on paper, so that then if they don't, if either party, if you don't perform, if it's 1 hour and you perform 55 minutes, they can take you to court and vice versa.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Willis Bazu Raburu, hit maker, upcoming artist, and TV show host 10 over 10 here on Citizen Television. McKenna, you have a minute to talk to us about where this goes from here for you.
Well, I think for me, to be honest, is just reinventing myself. Look at what can make money apart from just going to a club, going to an event and playing. What else can I do as a DJ? And that's why I got into things like Park and Chill, where people just come, park their car, keep the social distancing, drink in your car, do everything like within yourself. You don't have to break the rules. Yeah. Right. So I'm looking for innovative things I can do, and people are appreciating. And the thing is that you have to know what kind of a target market you're looking for. Right. Like, for example, are you looking for people who will come and not listen to you when you tell them keep the social distance, and then the next thing the government has closed you down? Yeah. So I'm going for the mature crowd who I know if I tell them wear your mask this time, don't do this and this, it will work. And then eventually we'll get at that things to do, because this is the new norm. We are trying to see what are people internationally doing, then we try to copy. I mean, we have to make money one way or another.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, definitely putting that in there and being responsible, because at the end of the day, obviously that's the same place that you would get your daily bread from. So Nadia Mukami's final words will actually be her performing. I don't know which one you want to perform. She's so pint-sized, but she has a big voice and big hits that are coming up. I think that is, from me, it's a wrap, apparently. I really have to wrap. #business now. We'll get to your feedback. We'll also have a show next week, but the show this week is closed by Nadia Mukami. She's Africa's pop star. And she closes off Business Now this afternoon, talking about business of music. Nadia?